Joey Logano just won again. He's climbing the standings. He looks like a man on a mission, and it might not matter at all because insiders are saying something brutal about his championship odds. He no longer controls his own fate. Even if he wins, he could still lose ground. Today we break down why the hottest driver in NASCAR right now might be racing toward a wall he can't see. Here's what happened. Logano grabbed his second Cup Series win of the season at Richmond. 6 races ago, he wasn't even inside playoff position. Now, he's jumped all the way up to 9th in the standings. That's one of the sharpest turnarounds of the year. But here's the catch. 9th isn't good enough. Not with how the Chase format is built. He's still outside the top 6, and that gap is about to get a lot more expensive. To understand why this matters, you have to understand how the Chase actually works. This isn't a straight elimination bracket where one bad week ends your season. It's a 10-race points battle, and seeding is everything. The top seed walks in with a 25-point cushion. Every spot down the order adds more buffer. By the time you hit 6th, that driver starts with a 50-point head start over the field. Logano isn't in that top 6 right now, which means even a statement win like Richmond might only be buying him a ticket to the fight, not a real shot at the front of the line. And standing in that front of the line is Denny Hamlin. Hamlin hasn't just been fast this year. He's been suffocatingly consistent. 5 top 5 finishes in his last 6 races. No prolonged slumps, no red flags. While other teams have had peaks and valleys, the number 11 car has basically lived in contention every single week. That kind of week-to-week reliability is exactly what wins points battles, and it's exactly what Logano is up against. Let's get into why this is such a dangerous spot for Logano strategically. In a straight elimination format, momentum is everything. Win one race at the right time, and you punch your ticket, reset the board, and start fresh. That's been Logano's superpower in years past, the so-called even year magic where he catches fire exactly when it counts. But the math changes completely under a points accumulation chase. Momentum alone doesn't erase a point deficit. If Hamlin is consistently finishing 2nd or 3rd, even on weeks where Logano wins, the gap barely closes. You can outrace someone and still lose ground in the standings because finishing power, not flash, is what compounds over 10 races. That's the trap. Logano can dominate a Sunday and still be no closer to the top seed on Monday morning. Now, look at the stretch of tracks coming up. Darlington, Bristol, Las Vegas, Kansas, Charlotte. These aren't wildcard tracks. These are the kind of venues where disciplined, well-funded Toyota programs like Hamlin's have consistently punched above their weight. If Hamlin treats these as maintenance weeks rather than must-win weeks, he doesn't need fireworks. He just needs to keep finishing inside the top 5. For Logano to actually flip the seeding math, he doesn't just need to win. He needs Hamlin to have a genuinely bad stretch, a mechanical failure, a pit road penalty, a DNF, something outside of Logano's control entirely. That's the uncomfortable truth insiders are pointing to. Logano's fate isn't fully in his own hands anymore. It's partially dependent on someone else's bad luck. Is that dangerous for Team Penske? Yes, betting on your opponent stumbling is never a sound championship strategy. But is it unreasonable given the deficit? Not exactly. When the numbers are this stacked, sometimes hoping for volatility is the most rational play left on the table. Fans of the 22 car are riding the momentum hard right now. 2 wins, a surge up the standings. That's exactly the kind of story that gets people excited heading into the postseason. But NASCAR media has been far more measured. Analysts covering the sport have made it clear this isn't a hot streak that automatically translates into a title shot. The tone from insiders has shifted from excitement to caution, almost a reality check aimed directly at Logano's fan base. And on the other side, Hamlin backers are pointing to the numbers with quiet confidence. No hype, no chest thumping, just consistency, race after race, and a growing points cushion that's hard to argue with. That's the emotional split heading into the chase. One side is fueled by belief, the other is fueled by math. So where does this actually go? Let's lay out 2 paths. Best case for Logano, he carries this Richmond momentum straight into the chase, keeps stacking strong finishes, and Hamlin hits even one rough patch, a mechanical issue, a pit road mistake, anything. If that happens, the gap tightens fast, and suddenly Logano's championship experience becomes a real weapon in a tight points fight. Worst case for Logano, Hamlin keeps doing exactly what he's been doing. No dramatics, just top 5s, week after week. Logano wins another race or two, but it doesn't matter because the 11 car never lets the gap close. Logano ends up fighting for a top 5 finish in the standings, while Hamlin cruises into the title conversation as the clear favorite. Right now, based on everything insiders are seeing, the second scenario is the one more people expect to play out. So, here's the real question. Is Joey Logano's win at Richmond the start of a genuine title run? Or is it a false alarm covering up a deficit he simply can't close? Drop your prediction in the comments. Logano shocks everyone, or Hamlin's consistency proves impossible to catch. If you're locked into the chase this year, make sure you're subscribed to SportsWire USA. We'll be breaking down every twist all the way to the championship.